Hey everybody, welcome to number 2 in my item discussion series. We're going to be talking about everything that's in the foot slot, so 2 things, boots of striding and the wing shoes. And going forward, I'm going to be talking about a slot for a certain prosperity instead of one item at a time, except for small items, because there are going to be a lot of small items and some of them are really powerful and intricate, and so I don't want to shortchange those by trying to do 6 small items in one go. But for other stuff like hands, feet, head, I'm going to be doing all of those items at a certain prosperity level. Thanks everybody for commenting on the first video and sharing your thoughts. I'm always trying to refine the series and improve it. So make sure when you watch this video, comment on anything you think needs improvement, or hey, say good job on some things as well. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be comparing the boots of striding to the wing shoes. We're going to talk about how they work for each class, and then we're also going to be talking about some combos as well. And I think generally everybody says boots of striding are better, and I would have to agree with that, but I think wing shoes are better than people give them credit for, and there actually are classes where the wing shoes are better. And we'll talk about exactly how that works. I'm only going to talk specifically about the starting classes. I'm not going to talk about the unlocked classes because there's just too much spoiler territory there, especially for, Prosperity 1 items when, most new players are using these items. And then the wing shoes, before we get to the classes here, the wing shoes, just remember, when you jump through and you land in hazardous terrain in original Gloomhaven, that costs you 2 movement points. So if you've got 4 move and your last one is in hazardous terrain, that's going to cost you 2 of the 4. Just remember that when you're playing, and let's get started. Let's get to the first class. So which boots are best, or shoes are best for the Tinkerer? Well, I think for the Tinkerer, it's actually a tie. Tinkerer's got fairly decent move, lots of cards. Tinkerer's got 4 move on a couple different cards, and, generally has decent mobility, so you don't necessarily need the boots of striding. What you do need is to be able to position yourself. Lots of cards that have adjacency requirements. So really, for the Tinkerer, both are equally as good. So if you're in a party and you're the Tinkerer and you're playing with some other classes that need the boots of striding more, you can go ahead and take the wing shoes because they're going to be just as effective for you. So for the Cragheart, it kind of depends on how you're playing your Cragheart. If you're out there dropping obstacles left and right, creating a nice obstacle course for the melee monsters, having the wing shoes is better than having the boots of striding, because you can jump over obstacles and you can get real fancy with your tricky plays and really mess with the monster focus and targeting. So yeah, if you're creating obstacles, wing shoes are going to be for you. If not, you're like, obstacles just don't really fit into my plans, then you're going to be better off with the boots of striding just to give you that extra utility and make your life easier. Okay, for the brute, boots of striding 100%, unless you can't get them. And you should be telling your friends, give them to me. No arguing. Be more diplomatic, actually. Don't be that guy or girl. Anyways, combo. So balanced measure plus 1 of your move 4s, you've got a repeatable attack 6 consistently at level 1. It's very powerful. I was about to say, I don't know if there's anything else like that. There is some comparable stuff at early levels, but that is top shelf. Repeatable attack 6, only having to use a spend item, and you get to move while you do it, so you can reposition. It's not some funky combo where it's like a bottom attack, top attack, and you've got to be in the right position, and so it makes it much harder to pull off. This is just super simple. Move a ton, attack for 6, end of story. You will crush level 1 monsters this way. And then we've got trample. So another great combo is to move with trample, add +2 move, and you get to jump through a bunch of monsters. You can potentially stun 5 monsters if you have a Warhammer as well. So boots and a Warhammer, great for the brute, especially early on. You could jump through 5 monsters, doing attack 2 to each of them for 10 attack total plus modifiers and a 5 stun. And that is a very, very powerful combo. So for the brute, wing shoes. If there's no boots of striding, they're still somewhat useful, but boots of striding is, for the brute, the boots of striding are better for the brute than they are for anyone else. Thanks for making this far. I've got an exciting announcement. I've started a Patreon. A lot of people have been telling me lately to start a Patreon, and so I have. It's not 100% finished, but if there is a link in the pinned comment to my Patreon, it is live and I've actually gotten my act together and got it ready. I'm blown away by the support. I'm blown away by the level of participation and the interaction and just, how great the people who watch my videos are. Like, I really, really mean that. I know I'm rambling a little bit here, but I can't tell you how thankful I am. I left my corporate job to start this YouTube channel and I'm loving it. It's been really, really good. It's fun. It's a lot of hard work, but it's great. And I'm talking to everybody and meeting a lot of new people and it's just amazing. Anyways, my Patreon, it is going to have exclusive access to me. I am recording campaign plays on Tabletop Simulator and Gloomhaven Digital and they won't be posted anywhere else. This will be exclusive access to these videos to only my patrons. Patrons? It's a Patreon. I think people who pay for it are called patrons. Clearly, I'm not an expert yet. Anyways, I'm going to have tons of campaign plays where I just talk through all of my thoughts. And you can really, see how I play Gloomhaven on Tabletop Simulator on Gloomhaven Digital. I'm also going to have some access to actually play games with me. Games of Gloomhaven or whatever else. Exact details will be on Patreon. But to play games with me. And I think that'll be really fun. And then I'm going to have, voting rights and on which games I delve into next, which games I really, break apart and do a big series on, stuff like that. And so I think it's going to be really, really amazing. So yeah, if the link is in the pinned comment, it's live. Go ahead and check it out. And I just want to say thank you. I'm having a blast. And let's get on to the next class because that went way too friggin' long. Okay, for the Scoundrel, I think the winged shoes are best, except in one very specific instance. We'll get to that in a second, though. The first reason is that you've got a ton of big reusable moves. You rarely need the +2 move. Like, Scoundrel has like 50% more move than any of the other starting classes. Maybe it's even more. I'm just winging it here. I haven't gone and calculated it. You have such high move, you don't really need the boots. Jump is more useful. You can, jump over obstacles. You can get into the right position. You've got a bunch of cards that have positioning requirements, like monster can't have any of its allies nearby, etc. And so with jump, you can target monsters that are in the right position so that you're doing maximum damage. So yeah, those are the reasons. Now, if you like looting and you're using Swift Bow, Boots of Striding can be really amazing, but be forewarned. If you're swift bowing and using Boots of Striding, you're going to piss off your friends because you're going to be a loot machine. Just for that reason, Boots of Striding are almost as good. Like, literally for that one reason. But it's only good for you, not for the party. For the Spellweaver, I'm going to say Boots of Striding are just a little bit better. And here's why. First, you've got Reviving Ether, and you're going to use that for a decent amount of the scenario, and that's a move for jump. Au naturel. It's one of the best level 1 move cards in the game. Maybe the best? I don't know. It's very, very good, though. It's very useful. And then having Boots of Striding allows you to get into better positions to hit maximal targets with something like Fire Orbs or with Impaling Eruption, right? You can move around, make sure with Impaling Eruption that you can get, multiple targets. And don't forget with Impaling Eruption, you can zigzag, you can do circles, you can do whatever you want with it. And then Fire Orbs, just extra move allows you to get in the right positions. The wing shoes are still decently useful, but Boots of Striding, just edge them out a little bit. So for the Mindthief, Boots of Striding, I think, just slightly edge out the wing shoes because the Mindthief likes to be really mobile. You're a melee class that's pretty squishy, so it's really great to use a late and high initiative strategy. Go in late and attack, go fast and attack and move out of the way. Boots of Striding can really give you an edge in just essentially just running away far enough that you're not going to get targeted by a bunch of archers and you're going to get away from the melee monsters. And so Boots of Striding are just a little bit better. I love to do also, like Scurry. Add the boots to the Scurry on top and then a bottom move. You can do a massive move in a turn and still get off an attack with that, top attack. There's lots of different kind of combinations with Scurry and adding boots and, doing fun stuff. It really allows you to use some bottom actions that aren't moves and still have a ton of flexibility on where you can go and where you can attack. And so it's really, really nice for that. So yeah, I'm going to say Boots of Striding for the Mindthief. The wing shoes are fine too, but they don't help you with any of those things. Although, sometimes you can jump behind somebody else so that you're not getting focused on or something like that. Although you can move through your allies anyways, so that's only applicable once in a while when, maybe you need to jump an obstacle and then go behind your friend or something. So, Boots of Striding over wing shoes for the Mindthief. Okay, just a couple final thoughts. First of all, both of these items will run out of steam in a few prosperity levels. They don't really carry through as well as something like the Eagle Eye goggles. So if you got stuck with one you don't want, don't worry. There's lots more good stuff coming. And then the wing shoes, they have enhanced value when you have a higher player count for a couple of reasons. One, there's more monsters when there's more players. So it clogs up the battlefield. And so, between hazardous terrain and, some narrow scenarios, when you have 4 players, it can get really, really crowded. And especially if you have like more melee type of classes in your party composition, it can be a real pain to move around. And so wing shoes can be a lot better when you have that higher player count. But why you came here, which is better? Boots of Striding. Boots of Striding are overall better. I don't think that's a huge surprise or anything. Did you guys like my massive reveal there? I don't know why I did that. Anyways, it's hilarious, so I like to make fun of myself. It's always a good time. That's pretty much it. Boots of Striding are better than wing shoes overall, but, you can use them based upon the recommendations and, everything I talked about there. I just want to say thanks for watching the video and a special thank you to each of my subscribers. I wouldn't be here without you.